Coach, if you just want to start with an opening statement ahead of camp opening today, and we'll take questions from there.
Yeah, appreciate you guys being here today. Excited for this team this season, the opening of training camp. It's like Christmas for football coaches and football players. It's the best time of year. Really proud of the work that our guys have put in. They've had a great summer and off season, have worked really hard and diligently. Their commitment and belief in each other, to our team and our team goals, but also the process of what it takes to create winning habits and do it on a daily basis with consistency. Really proud of the way that they've attacked each day. I know they're excited to start training camp, and I can't wait to get on the grass with those guys. I think Coach G2 and our strength staff, Alicia and nutrition, have done an excellent job preparing our guys. I know that they're ready to get out of the weight room and put on the pads. But our coaching staff and support staff have all done an excellent job since the end of spring ball all the way through the summer. And again, just excited for this team and what this season has in store. We've done a great job of creating competition at all positions. We've gone out and we've added, even since spring ball ended, we've added 10 new transfers. We have 16 incoming freshmen. We got Austin Hentz back through waivers. I think it's his 17th year of eligibility. And then also a handful of other key contributors and guys I'm excited about seeing that were injured in the spring that did not participate or were limited. And so really excited to build this with these guys, and really excited to see what they do and about this season.
Coach, you talk about the transfers coming in. How much have you seen that new group of guys coming in maybe kind of spark some of the guys that were already here, knowing that, again, their jobs could be on the line?
Yeah, well, one of the things that I've been most proud about our locker room and our group of men is they're hungry. They want to win. They want to do the things that it takes to win and build a winning culture and winning habits. But yes, anytime you bring in competition, you bring in guys that have played in college football, and you bring in competition, iron sharpens iron, and we believe competition will make us better at all positions. And just like we went into spring ball, there's a lot of jobs out there that are still open, and really excited to see what the new guys can do, and also how our guys have grown since the end of spring ball, the ones that were here with us in spring.
Coach, how important is for you to name a starting quarterback? Do you do that at the beginning so they get the reps with the ones, or do you give it a couple 3 weeks, or how do you approach that?
Yeah, we won't name a starting quarterback until one declares itself, and we feel comfortable about it. Obviously, I think the sooner that you can do that and give one guy most of the first team reps and create the continuity and consistency and camaraderie with that first group and the guys that he's going to be going with would be great. But we've got a great competition battle. I mean, you look at Jack Salapak, had a great spring. Trayson Bourget had a great spring, has improved even since spring, and we brought in Hayden Wolf, who has 22 starts under his belt, has big-time college football wins, and brings a lot of experience, and really like what he's done. He's one of the hardest working guys in the building, and all those guys have embraced that. We were open and up front that we would bring in competition, and those guys accepted that, embraced it. They've challenged each other, but the camaraderie in that group is great. Coach Kosh has done a really excellent job with that. I think that it will be a battle through most of training camp, if I had to guess, because all three of those guys have shown that they can play high-level football.
The veteran group returning at offensive lineman, but you've also added a lot of talent and depth in the transfers. How's that group looking so far?
Yeah, coming out of spring ball, I said that they were probably our most improved group, especially on offense, and maybe on the team, period. Really excited what Coach Mendelson did with those guys. I think that they really accepted the challenge in his coaching and a new system, and really gelled. And that was without having Jake Gideon, because he was injured during the spring. So we're getting Jake Gideon fully healthy now. We've added 2 transfers that have played in big-time college football. So again, I believe that football starts in the trenches. It's won and lost up front on both sides of the football, offensive line and defensive line. We're going to make that a point of emphasis, and so we want to have 7 to 8 guys who can rotate and play and quality starters.
How big of an impact is Keyshawn King coming in? Obviously coming from a prestigious school. How much of an impact will he make for that running back room that's already pretty talented in the first place?
Yeah, really excited about Keyshawn and that running back group. I mean, we do have a deep, talented group of running backs. I think that they really excelled during spring ball. You know, we got C.J. Hester as an early enrollee in the spring, as an early enrollee freshman. He had a great spring. Several of those guys had really good days, and it was a battle. Keyshawn has played, you know, at Virginia Tech. He's started in big-time games. He's got juice to take it the distance, you know. He's got a little bit of wiggle. Really excited to see what he looks like in pads, and I think he adds an extra element to that room that you know, is different.
Being a former wide receiver, do you always keep an eye on that group when you're just trying to coach everybody? And you know, what do you like out of that group?
Yes. You know, I always tell Coach Reed he has the hardest job on staff. You know, when you've played and coached that position, your eyes naturally go there. And sometimes I have to make sure I don't overstep and let him coach and do his job. He does an excellent job with our wideouts. I think Sambucci and Galloway had an excellent spring. They've really set the tone and tempo for that room. They're great work. You know, they've got great work ethic. They're great leaders. They do it the right way. We're not returning a ton of production, so, you know, I'm really excited for that group in general, but those guys to be able to step up and for somebody to be the next man up. And we've added a couple of transfers in that room that I think will help add some talent and depth and impact on that side of the ball.
You had a spring for the guys to kind of get used to how you want to do things here. You had summer to see them kind of strengthen up. What are you looking forward to most for this fall camp now that they know how you kind of run your ship here?
Yeah, I'm really just excited to see the guys compete. I mean, they've put in a ton of hard work. They've really bought into everything that we, you know, that we have preached from day one. The buy-in has been excellent. The commitment, the belief to what we want to do, and the commitment to the process. And so I'm just excited to see them compete. I know that they are chomping at the bit to put pads on and get after it, and so I think it'll be exciting just to be back on the grass. And look, we work all the other days of the year so that we can get to these days and get on the grass and get, you know, opportunities and Saturdays in the fall and from action, you know, midweek games.
On the defensive side, a lot of returners, but not necessarily a lot of snaps outside of a handful of guys. What have you seen progress through the defense from the spring and then through conditioning in the summer?
Defense as a whole, or
Yeah, as a whole.
Yeah, so I thought, you know, I think keeping Coach Esposito and several of our defensive coaching staff intact, keeping the system in place, really helped, you know, some of those young guys be able to take that next step, and now they're next man up. You know, I think Marshawn Nealon's going to have a really big year. You know, excited about our D-line. We've always, you know, Coach Espo's had a great D-line, you know, ever since he's been a coordinator here for the last several years. Really excited about the linebacking core. We've added some pieces at linebacker to add some competition. And on the back end, you know, we had several guys that weren't healthy in the spring that will be key contributors for us. And even Tate Halleck, another transfer, was limited until the very end of spring.
One of the additions on the defensive side was Coach Bishop. Quite the extensive coaching career at the Division II level. What does he bring to the staff?
Yeah, Coach Bishop, Isaiah, you're talking about? Yeah, Coach Bishop has been an excellent addition for us. Coach G2 and Kyle Murray and those, even our players rave about him. You know, he's played the position, or he's played the game. He's coached at a high level. He brings detail. He brings passion in everything that he does. He brings juice every single day. He's really fit right in what we're doing, and really taken us to the next level, and he's been a great addition.
Watched you guys in the spring, followed the spring game, saw some practices, and I noticed, first of all, difference in energy and the way you guys play with pace. When fans come to Waldo for the first game, what are they going to notice? What's the biggest thing they'll see when you guys step on that field?
Yeah, they're going to see a team that plays like their hair is on fire. I mean, we talk about attacking the grass every single day, and, you know, I kind of live that way. I can't stand still. I walk a hole in the floor in the team meeting room during team meetings. It's hard for me to sit still behind this podium, but that's the way that we're going to play. You know, Coach Kosh is, you know, high tempo, high energy. Coach Espo brings great energy and passion on defense. And, you know, Coach Popovich, we're going to play that way in all three phases, even in special teams. So, you know, I think the fans are going to see a team team that attacks the grass, plays relentless for 60 minutes, and a team that they can be proud of.
There's a lot of outlets, large name outlets, that predict you guys be at the bottom of the conference. Do you listen to that noise, or does that motivate you guys to bring out the best in you? What do you have to say to that?
What noise? I love it. I wouldn't want it any other way. But at the end of the day, for me and our team, we're focused on the things that we can control. And that's the process of our daily habits, focusing on our preparation and execution. At the end of the day, that's what's going to win football games. Confidence comes from preparation. We are going to be prepared for games. We're going to be prepared for our opponents. We have to take it one day at a time. Can't get ahead of ourselves. And right now, we're not even looking at the first game. We're not looking at the first MAC game. We're looking at day one of practice. And how can we get better each and every day? The results will take care of themselves on the field. But I know our guys are hungry. They hear the chatter, and again, I love it and welcome it.
You've obviously last couple of years, on the coaching side of things, been preparing for fall camp a different way. But what do you remember most about, your fall camps as a ball player yourself?
Yeah, again, it's like Christmas. I mean, you get to play football. I mean, you work all the other days. The blood, sweat, and tears are for those days on the grass with your teammates, for those guys in the locker room. And that's what our guys have really done, their belief and commitment to each other. It's been a selfless team. They believe in each other. They believe in our mission and vision, our team goals, and sacrificing for each other. And that's what I remember. I mean, those are the days that you remember, are coming back in the locker room after a hard 2-a-day practice. And those were the days when you could still have 2-a-day practices, and and just being exhausted, but loving every minute of it. And you remember those days when you win in the fall.
Coach, you've been here for about 7 months now, despite the chaotic travel of recruiting and everything, and you settled into the community, got to throw out the first pitch at the Growlers game the other week. Just how has it been in Kalamazoo and out in the community for you?
Yeah, this community is excellent. Really excited to get my family here, moved in finally, and them here with me. And so we love this community. Our neighbors and neighborhood have been great. But the love and support and buy-in from the community, they want us to be great. They support our players. They support, our football team. We want to see them on game days in the fall. And, I'm really excited to get to know more of them and see them this fall.